Please feel free to join us next month, and we'll let you know what those are at the end of this webinar. We usually run about 30 minutes, and we are always led by subject matter experts, developers, power users, and we always cover topics such as VMAP, Solid Edge, NX, Team Center, and much more. So our goal for the Customer Enablement Series is to help you get the most out of your Siemens PLM software, to share knowledge between each other, and to build a community. So this is an open forum, so if you have questions during the session, please feel free to let us know. And like I said, if you have questions, please feel free to let us know during the session. You can put them in the chat box over here. Some people like to use the question box. That's okay too. And I will kindly interrupt Dan if you have any questions, and let him know, and hopefully we can get those answered on the spot. If not, we'll wait until the very end. And with that, I'll pass it over to Dan. You might be on mute, Dan.
All right, thanks, Andrea.
Sure.
So thanks everybody for joining. First, I want to quickly take a step back and talk high level. Recently at Hanover Fair, Siemens introduced a new call to action named Discover the Value of Digital Enterprise. With Siemens software, most of you know that you're able to create a digital twin, basically an accurate virtual representation of your product and its manufacturing processes to basically be able to predict and optimize its performance in the physical real world. This enables you all to create better, more innovative products and faster. But how about this term digital enterprise? It's important to remember that enterprises come in all shapes and sizes. And in our business, the mainstream segment, we're focused on serving the needs of a very important sector, small to medium sized businesses, and even very small businesses. Many of these SMBs see themselves as being more nimble, better able to adopt and benefit from new technologies and trends, better in fact than many larger enterprise companies. Fast and agile manufacturing is one clear differentiator that sets apart the best-in-class manufacturing companies from the laggards. One industry trend that is on the rise is the use of faceted modeling data in the reverse engineering of parts, also the light weighting of designs, and for use in additive manufacturing. Here are a few key metrics to keep an eye on. The 3D scanning industry is expected to grow on average 10% a year, making it a $6 billion global market by the year 2022. The demand for these 3D scanners is expected to increase owing to the growing need to capture very large volumes of 3D data for modeling and analysis purposes. Another key metric is that 47% of manufacturers expect material costs to increase up to 5% in the next 12 months. So that's really pushing the need for light weighting or even, as you might call it, topology optimization of your components and the packaging for those components. Also, by 2025, up to 50% of all injection molded plastics will be produced using 3D printed molds. Let's take a look at how Siemens is addressing these growing requirements. I'm very excited to share with you the latest release of Solid Edge. As Andrea said, I was there a couple weeks ago in Huntsville, Alabama to see all the latest and greatest. And ST10 really brings a portfolio of products from Siemens that brings every aspect of your product development to the next level. It gives all of your users the very latest and next generation design technologies. Fully integrated flow analysis, that's a huge one that I particularly have been waiting for. The newest tools for machining and 3D printing. More options for creating technical publications. Perfect control of design data at any scale. And a brand new way to collaborate on the cloud. First up, let's talk about design. ST10 brings generative design, also known as topology optimization, which enables you to create the perfect design balance between strength and weight. Secondly, reverse engineering capabilities allow you to seamlessly combine 3D physical scan data into your digital development. And third, even more valuable, additive manufacturing or 3D printing tools and services. That all sounds great, right? Well, there's a dark secret that other software vendors don't like to talk about. Generative design, reverse engineering, and additive manufacturing all rely on meshed models. Yet, your design is a BREP model. So, while you'd want everything to all flow seamlessly together like this, in reality, all these issues get in the way. Generative design gives a great answer, but what if I need to change it or add to it? Right? I'm sure some of you have seen that problem. 3D scanning sounds easy, apart from the days of servicing it takes to make it useful. Additive manufacturing is awesome, but what about the awesome designs to drive it? So let's take a look at how ST10 brings next generation design to you, including what matters most, the enabling technology, ensuring integration into your design workflow. First up, generative design. Solid Edge continues to deliver innovation in product development with built-in generative design capabilities. This is an advanced topology optimization toolkit that helps all you designers to create lighter components, minimize manufacturing material waste, and create highly customized designs, especially suited for high-resolution 3D printing. This generative design produces very nice organic shapes, reduced mass, geometric solutions for any specific material that you specify with a design space. And of course, you can account for permissible loads and constraints. You define the design space with keep-out areas and define a target weight reduction, and the software automatically computes the geometric solution. What you get is a faceted or mesh model that's immediately ready for additive manufacturing, or it could serve as a core for mold-based design. Further revision of the mesh model to prepare for traditional design and manufacturing is possible, of course, with our good old Solid Edge 3D modeling commands. Reducing the weight of existing components is really a snap with the suite of Solid Edge next generation design technology like Synchronous, which hopefully all of you use. And Siemens Convergent modeling supports BREP modeling operations on these facet bodies without any conversion. So you can build analytical features right into the generative body, complete with dimensions and PMI, just like you're used to. And as always, Synchronous technology makes for fast and flexible modifications. So you can really shorten your time to market with a higher performing product while minimizing the costs associated with downstream material waste. So again, what do we see there? This new generative design lets you optimize your designs, minimize weight, save on material costs. You can create designs that are innovative and also allow you to take advantage of 3D printing technologies. And lastly, you can also improve your design processes not only with the traditional modeling methods, but with these new convergent modeling technologies that Siemens is bringing. Let's look at how ST10 helps you design components that are perfect for 3D printing and additive manufacturing, like we just talked about. Solid Edge really supports this contemporary art-to-part concept with the new additive manufacturing interface. It helps you drive production of your next generation components. ST10 has a very easy to use 3D printing tools that's embedded directly in the ST10 software. So you can print directly to your own device from your desktop, laptop, or even a mobile Windows platform. Supporting this mobile design experience, ST10 interfaces with the Microsoft 3D Builder platform. So that allows you to specify the part layout, print quality, and material. You could even, it will suggest areas requiring supports, so it'll print successfully. You can print precision models directly from your desktop to a network printer. You can choose between STL and 3MF formats. You can preview, set tolerances, reorient. That dialog gives you all the options you'll ever need. And if you don't have a local or network 3D printer, as you can see here, you can access the 3YourMind online industrial 3D printing platform. You simply upload your part, select the material, and choose from the menu of manufacturers like you see here based on cost, location, and delivery schedule. It's really that easy. So what ST10 brings us for additive manufacturing is being able to design parts very easily in both the STL and 3MF formats, and you can, right in the interface, either print directly to a printer you might have locally or on the network, or choose from a variety of online 3D printing resources. Next up, improved reverse engineering capabilities are the third main pillar of this next generation design that we've been talking about. Big solid edge customer, Bernina International, they've been producing world-class sewing and embroidery machines for over 120 years. Their design and manufacturing teams really thrive on innovation and precision, and Solid Edge continues to meet their needs through this next generation of modeling. Here we'll feature the reverse engineering tools in Solid Edge by importing this control arm that was scanned from a vintage Bernina machine. We want to use it to drive the design of a modern, yet still sort of retro sewing machine chassis. Since this 3D scan data is made of a mesh of facets or a collection of imprecise triangles, analytical BREP features created in traditional 3D CAD software are incompatible. But ST10 gives you these new tools to simplify the handling of these facet models and really speed up the preparation for manufacturing downstream. These reverse engineering tools help clean up your models and add some level of precision by removing some sections of the mesh that may not be good. You can smooth faceted shapes and fill holes very easily. Regions within the mesh can be identified as planar, cylindrical, spherical, and several other shapes. And I can really even seed the creation of additional analytical surfaces. Now we're building BREP surfaces on top of the facet bodies without that tedious tracing and reconstruction that some of you might have to go through. And of course, ST10 incorporates this new Siemens Convergent modeling technology. So that allows you to create traditional BREP features on these faceted mesh bodies without that conversion. So watch how we can create holes, even add synchronous cutouts to this mesh body. It's really flexible modeling and very, very powerful. So to sum that section up, these new reverse engineering tools let you seamlessly bring in 3D scan data and prepare it for downstream design. You don't have to do any conversions or anything like that anymore. And you can include these parts in your workflow. So say you're downloading parts from GrabCAD, you can import those mesh models right into your own models. And in all of these, we saw the seamless enabler of this next generation design. So like I said, this convergent modeling, it's a unique technology that Siemens has come up with. Here's basically a summary of what convergent modeling adds to ST10. You can work flexibly on a wide variety of data. You can combine BREP solids and these facet models. And again, there's no time-consuming, laborious conversions. You can perform your traditional operations right on those models. So in ST10, you can work directly with mesh models. You don't have to spend days reverse modeling over mesh data. And if you already have an awesome ready-to-print model, you can still add and subtract features to that if you want. Here's a quote from Chad Jackson, president of Lifecycle Insights. It's a really good quote. For too long, mesh geometry has been considered a fringe case in design. However, as it becomes more mainstream, engineers are losing productivity. The integrated parametric, direct, and facet modeling capabilities in Solid Edge offer real promise to take progressive steps to greater productivity. Before wrapping up with design, we can't forget about how it all started. Synchronous technology keeps improving your productivity. You can interact naturally with your design through freehand sketching in this draw mode, basically breaking the mouse barrier. So it's almost like you're just drawing on a napkin or a piece of paper. There's a new clone command, so that lets you do very fast, feature-driven patterning of parts or sub-assemblies, and also those relationships. So you may have used a duplicate component, but that was Very nice, but now with this clone command, you can do these types of patterns right within parts themselves. You also get frustration-free intelligent sheet metal behavior going around bends, as you can see here. And also, this is a nice one that I like, scale model. I know many of you have probably been waiting for this one for quite some time. Of course, I'm just touching on the highlights. There's lots more in part modeling, drawings, and so on.
Hey, Dan, we do have a quick question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. So Alan wants to know, do you know if topography optimization is on its way to go along with the topology optimization?
That's a good question. We didn't get too many details on what additional tools will be coming, but of course this is the first iteration of all these new tools, so I think that's, I would assume that's definitely in the forecast for sometime in the future. But for right now, no, we don't have any definitive answer on when we'll see that.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So the ability to simulate your designs and prove out their performance without the need to build and test so many physical prototypes is definitely another key pillar of the Solid Edge portfolio. So along with the usual enhancements in structural simulation or FEA, now flow simulation or CFD, computational fluid dynamics, is more tightly integrated than ever. Siemens announced last fall the availability of the Mentor Graphics Flow EFD product that was embedded in Solid Edge. Well, since Mentor Graphics is now a part of Siemens, this integration continues to improve. So look out for more announcements later this year. But until then, let's take a look at some of the capabilities. Flow simulation delivers fully integrated, accurate, and fast fluid flow and heat transfer tools to all of you designers and analysts. So you're no longer dependent on third-party software. The entire flow analysis process can be completed right within Solid Edge and its familiar interface. Analysis setup is a snap. You have an intuitive wizard that basically guides you through the entire process. All of the parameters such as choosing the analysis type, your physical components, units, the fluid and material definitions. You even get very easy definition of the fluid domain, which is traditionally a very difficult part of fluid analysis. So as you can see here, this embroidery machine is cooled by a fan, so we've assigned a rotational speed, and we can easily assign materials to all the parts that are relevant to the analysis, especially this motor, which has also been set as the heat source. You can set up steady-state targets or goals. Those are defined to accurately simulate the operating limits. In this case, we might want to know how hot the motor will get. Meshing the model is automated, and it solves the variables to meet the goals that you want. You get a wide variety of results that you can view. As you can see, you can dynamically assess the direction and speed of flow in a particular plane. You can see flow trajectories. Gives you a very nice 3D representation of how the air is flowing around the machine. Now that's very useful. And for further examination, movies can be generated, really adding value to the overall development process. Flow simulation merges intensive fluid flow evaluation with very powerful, flexible 3D design tools. So it helps you shorten your time to market while minimizing the development costs. Now on top of additive manufacturing, that's we've already covered. Subtractive manufacturing, or CAM, computer-aided manufacturing, also of course takes a big step forward with ST10. You can produce efficient instructions for your CNC machine tools with comprehensive integrated CAM, so you can visualize tool paths, as you can see here. There is an all-new cloud-based post hub for very efficient post-processing. There is a new entry-level bundle of Solid Edge and 2.5-axis CAM, so it really gives you great value for your CAD and CAM. And also, like we touched on earlier, in-house 3D printing enhancements and 3D printing as a service. Now, let's take a look at interactive, digital, and associative technical publications. No more printed documents, but tablet-ready, cross-platform, interactive digital documents. Often included with the purchase of a product are user manuals, parts lists, and installation instructions, right? With ST10, you can generate highly interactive and illustrative technical publications directly from the 3D model. You get universal safety symbols as well as motion guides. Those are really a snap to place into your instructions right on the page or in the model's orthogonal planes. Each model orientation is saved as an instructional step, which can be controlled from right within a table. Exploded views are easily created using the 3D assemblies configurations or within the new illustration environment. Interactive parts lists are automatically extracted from and tied to your original 3D assembly. You can click on a row and the part highlights in the model. And this parts list can drive creation of exploded views as well. So it really simplifies your disassembly and reassembly procedures. To tie it all together, a table of contents can control the entire maintenance process, just as in a paper manual. These comprehensive but very easy to use products will streamline your documentation process and minimize your time to market. We'll have future webinars on data management, but just want to go over some of the highlights to the enhancements in ST10. As far as the built-in data management, you get enhanced revision management. You get very fast access to all the associated drawings. You can also automatically copy drawings during any save as or replace with copy operations. There's an improved design manager. You can quickly detect and replace duplicate files, which is a big problem. You get full text search in your drawings. And of course, the implementation is even faster and simpler to set up and administer. Here's a quote from John Winter from Bird Technologies. He said that enhancements, including full text search in drafts, being able to directly open draft files, and robust duplicate file detection will further add to data accuracy and efficiency of this low-cost but highly effective solution for managing product data. And as far as Team Center goes, ST10 brings things like part classification right in active workspace. You can work offline at a customer or on-site and synchronize those updates later. You get a very nice improved interface, making it very easy to work with complex data. And you also get a new Solid Edge and Team Center bundle, again providing a great value. A few more that I wanted to mention along with that improved user interface are being able to open the drafts that are linked to the current part. You can validate the user input before submitting that data. You can dock panes right in the file open window. And you also get custom occurrence properties that are mapped right from Solid Edge. Here's another quote from Roberto Carminati from SCM. He said that new support for areas like classification and configuration management in the Team Center integration for Solid Edge will help them further improve their performance for the development of high technology woodworking machinery. Lastly, there's a whole new way for not just viewing models, but sharing and collaborating with others. Here you can see we're on the Windows tablet. And with this new Solid Edge portal, you can share, upload and share files complete with the assembly, all parts. Very easily, we can browse to whichever part we want to dig in a little deeper. Of course, there's many filtering options that you can use to help us speed up the search process. And in just a few seconds, we can view, rotate, zoom in and out, just like the standalone viewer that we've had for quite some time. This new portal is even available on mobile Android devices like you see here. Just as before on the Windows tablet, you can zoom in and out, rotate, very nice viewing capabilities. This will all be available as a private beta very soon, but it's really a secure cloud-based collaboration tool. As we saw, it's a multi-platform browser-based viewer and also markup of not just Solid Edge, but SolidWorks and other 3D CAD formats. Again, what you do is upload your files to a secure cloud-based project folder, basically, and you can then invite other users, suppliers, even customers to securely collaborate right on the cloud. So what have we seen? Small to medium-sized businesses want complete, fully featured professional engineering tools, right? But delivered in a flexible way. The new Solid Edge ST10 portfolio is a key and central component of the Siemens small to medium-sized business strategy. But as I've hopefully shown you all today, it's more than just a single product brand. It's not just a great CAD tool, but adding generative design, additive manufacturing tools, reverse engineering, this new Convergent modeling. With simulation, we now have fully built-in flow analysis to go along with the traditional simulation we've had. Manufacturing, of course, CAM Express, a new bundle that lets you get that 2.5-axis capability. And of course, additive manufacturing is there as well. New technical publications lets you create illustrations and all sorts of different documents that you'd like to publish, like work instructions, and things like that. Again, with data management, we have the built-in utility, but also Team Center. And again, in that regard, there's a new bundle as well there. Also, the Solid Edge portal to help you share and view your models. And of course, there's always apps. There's hundreds of powerful, specialized applications that you can add onto Solid Edge to even further extend your capabilities. The Solid Edge ST10 portfolio of products from Siemens brings every aspect of your product development to the next level. So I'd like to thank everyone again for joining us. Back over to you, Andrea.
Awesome, thank you. Great job, Dan. I know there was a lot of information you were trying to squeeze into a little bit of time, so I really appreciate that presentation today. And if you are new to Saratech, anyone that's on the call right now, feel free to reach out to us. There's a little survey as we hang up here, and it would be great if you would just fill out some information, let us know how we did today. And if you'd like a trial of Solid Edge, we can get you set up with that, a free trial. I believe it's 45 days. And if you need any other information on Solid Edge or any of the other Siemens PLM products, just let us know. If you are a customer with us, please just stay tuned. We don't have the exact date of when the ST10 will be released, but we will be getting in contact with you if you're a Solid Edge customer of ours and letting you know when that will happen. And then looking into the future, our next session in July, I can't believe it's already going to be July here soon. We're going to have an NX CAD session, and then later on in July, we're going to have an NX CAM session. So if you're at all curious about learning about those, please feel free to join us. We usually run, like I said, about 30 minutes or so, so you can always listen in during your lunch break. And that is it. Dan, if you want to go to the next slide here, you guys can join us at any of our social media outlets here. We're trying to post a few times a week just to give you some cool articles, short videos, things like that. So please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that's where you'll find all of these sessions. We record each and every one of them. And if you register for the sessions, even if you can't make it, we will send the recording over to you, and you can share it with your colleagues and friends. And if you're not getting those emails, please let us know. But again, thank you everyone for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you sticking around for just about 30 seconds after we close down here to fill out that survey. Have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you again next month.